Now, I want to teach you 3 other really important words quickly. Yes, sir.
What were the first 3 that you were trying to say?
The first three sound bites. You want 3 sound bites that you take into any interview with you, and you want to hit, bridge, sparkle. You hit by acknowledging the question, you bridge to what you really want to talk about, and you sparkle with what you really want to talk about. Okay. The last thing I really want to say, and then I should wrap it up for now, is 3 really important terms. Does everyone know what on the record means?
Yes.
All right, so I'm just going to spell it out because it's super important. Every time you talk to a journalist, even if you think you're just having tea, you should assume that every single thing you say is on the record, okay? Which means that you could say, don't print this, and they will write down, don't print this, and then quote you exactly. And that's fair. They're not being sneaky. That's the rules of the game. It's like Mother May I. You have to say, now I'm going off the record, or now I'm going on the record, right? This interview is off the record. This whole interview is off the record. Or, I'm talking to you on the record, but I'll go off the record to say, da-da-da. Now I'm going back on the record. Got it? It's like Mother May I. You are on the record unless you say you're off the record, and then you have to say you're back on the record to be on the record. Now, the most important phrase I can teach you today is on background. Many fewer people know what this means. On background is beautiful. On background lets you tell a journalist a story, but they cannot name you, right? And so you're not on the hook for it. Now, never lie, but it's wonderful for whistleblowers because it's a way to say, every time you see injustice, if you were mistreated in prison, if you were mistreated by a police officer, if you were mistreated by, Mayor Bloomberg, whatever, call up a reporter, tackle one of these reporters and say, I've got a really juicy story to tell you on background, right? They cannot use your name, they can use your story. Got it? Now, and I've taught you what off the record is.
Why
off the
can't
record.
they use your name?
Well, on background means they mustn't use your name. Now, what they'll try to do, these are reporters' tricks, and they're fair tricks. They will try to get you to go on the record because it's a lot more powerful. It's more of a scoop, which is why I keep saying to you guys, please show up, name yourself, some of you, right? It's a lot more powerful to say, like I interviewed a young woman here who said she was beaten by police on the chest for minutes at a time when they were clearing the park. That's a powerful story, but she was willing to tell it to me on background, but not on the record. So my editor ran it, but it's going to get no traction because I couldn't name her. So how can anyone follow up on it? How can anyone find the police officer, right? And I spent 2 hours with her, God bless her, trying to, hear her anxieties about should I do this, should I not do this? Decide that before you torment the media with me, right? But if she had been willing, and I hope more and more of you will, to say, I'm, Alex Smith, and at 12:35, a police officer whose name and badge number is X and Y beat me on the chest for 10 minutes, and there are witnesses, and I will stand by that story, and here's my name, and you can run it, and face the fact that, yes, people might try to discredit you, yes, people might try to smear you. You can handle all of that now, because I've taught you how to handle it. I can do follow-up courses on what to do with smears. But that's a real news story, and that gets traction, and that gets justice. If you're just like drive-by protesters who won't show up with your name, ever, it's very, very hard for the media to even portray you sympathetically. Because where are you? They can't find you. All right, on the record, off the record, on background. Is there anything else? Oh, I just want to tell you quickly about what happens to you when you go to a green room, all right? A green room. So say you've written your op-ed, it's been posted. So exciting. You're getting calls from the producer of, the nightly news. So you know that you will immediately return the call, even to say you can't do it. Ideally, you'll suggest someone else who can do it if you can't do it. But you've returned the call. They often will give you then a pre-interview. This is for 10 or 15 minutes. A producer will go over with you what they're going to say to you. They talk to you for 10 minutes, going over the questions, right? And you just say what you think, right? You don't have to do anything to be honest. Then they will arrange a car to come pick you up. Tell them where you are.
Right across the
Then
street
you will be
from that,
taken
into
into
that
hair and
corner of the
makeup.
park.
Please don't have an ideological
Okay,
problem
I'll see you soon.
about having
Okay,
some
see you.
basic
Bye-bye.
TV hair and makeup done. Why? Especially with HDTV, people look really weird if they are not prepared with some television hair and makeup, men and women both. So please do not be a diva. Don't say it's against my ideological principles. You know, no one wants that person. They are on a tight deadline. It's live. Just do it. Yes.
Can I ask one sort of a blank question? People who deal with the media all the time, who make gaffes, like Sarkozy,
Yeah.
the president of France, saying Netanyahu is a liar.
Right.
Are those gaffes always intentional, or are they
I mean,
occasionally
they're
just
often
gaffes?
intentional, and sometimes they're just mistakes. Yeah. So I just want to wrap this up super quick. So then, in hair and makeup, they're doing their thing. Then they they mic you up, meaning they attach a microphone and an earbud. If you're a woman, you might have to run it up under your blouse. They're not trying to sexually harass you. It's just standard practice. Then they'll take you out to a soundstage. If it's live, it's don't chat with the person interviewing you. They'll look up, they'll greet you, but don't say, I'm your biggest fan, because they're going over notes to prepare for this segment or the next segment, and they can't be distracted. They need to trust you to be professional, to sit quietly and be ready, all right? At that point, very bright lights will turn on. This will freak you out if you're not used to them, because they're very hot, and they're kind of blinding, and they're kind of freaky, all right? But just take a deep breath. You'll have meditated before you go on. I sometimes tell people to have a beer before they go on, just one. Seriously, it relaxes you. It doesn't make you stupid, necessarily. And just take a deep breath and always tell yourself it doesn't matter what the lights are doing. It doesn't matter what the guy is asking. It's just that 16-year-old. And then the segment will begin. Keep your answers short. Keep them, don't be afraid of pauses. In other words, don't do a run-on sentence, right? Because they need to keep it moving, right? So you will have over-learned, over-practiced your 3 sentences or your 3 2-sentence answers. Boom, boom, boom. You can do it in your sleep, right? Follow their lead, but be sure to say what you want to say. It'll go so fast, even if it's a 15-minute segment, which never happens. You'll feel like you just got started and they'll be like, thank you very much. Smile, no matter what. The more hostile they are, the more you smile. Right there you go, a beautiful smile. You know, have fun with it. Let your personality show. If you're angry, be angry. If you're happy, be happy. If you're funny, be funny. You know, it is for you to show up and be present. And thank them. Sit quietly after that. The lights will go down. Don't get up because you're still on the air. Don't look around. Just wait. Eventually, a technician will come and unhook you, take out your earbud, thank you, and usher you off the stage. Don't lobby anyone for the next thing. Don't just come, go, get into your car, go home. If you've done a reasonable job, you'll be asked back over and over, and other producers will have been watching the segment, and they will immediately call you. Sometimes it can be the same day, the same afternoon. You know, go to another floor, do it again. That's great. You're now a media figure. All right. Thank you very much. Any other final questions or final thoughts? Thank you so much.